Congrats, Coach. I realize it's just one of 82 in the regular season, but after the start to last season, all the injuries, can enjoy this one some.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to enjoy it. Hats off to all of our guys. Wire to wire, I thought it was a pretty dominant performance. Points in the paint, getting to the free throw line. We shot the ball well, and we took care of the basketball. So I thought we forced them to make, take some tough shots, which we know they can make. But just overall, collectively, a really good road win for us.
And what did you think of Zion's performance?
It's like he didn't miss a beat. You just throw the ball to him and watch what he does, and so it's fun to watch.
Willy, we know how much you value moving the ball. What did you think about that 31 assist total tonight?
Great, love it. I told the guys in the locker room that that's what our team is about. Is everybody's touching the basketball on the offensive end. You're a part of it. You're moving the basketball, going from good to great. And just having a we score mentality as a team is important for us. So really proud of our guys and the way we moved the ball tonight.
And I know we didn't get to see the five until tonight, but is that the way it looked like, just the ball, popping around in camp?
You didn't get to see the who?
The starting five you guys used tonight.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, having CJ, having Zion and Brandon, three guys that can score off the dribble, but are willing passers, and they draw a lot of attention. And we continue to work on it, just trusting your teammates, making the next play if guys are helping, and they did that tonight.
And the first thing you mentioned was points in paint, 50-plus in that area, 30-plus second chance points. Adding Z back to the equation, what do you think about the way your team can just dominate in that area around the basket?
It's part of our DNA. Last year, we were a team that, we drive the basketball to the paint. We look for paint to great situations. We crashed offensive glass when we have opportunities to do it. Tonight, we put it all together, and it's a really good start. Proud of our guys, proud of our group, and we'll keep building from here.
And what did you think, not only the numbers B.I. was able to put up, but the efficiency he was able to do it on the offensive end?
He's incredible, but he works at it. So it's no surprise to me when Brandon comes out and have a game like he did tonight, because the work that he puts in, along with the rest of the guys, they're workaholics, and we have to drag them off the floor sometimes. But that's what it takes to be great, and I still believe he's going to be one of the greatest players to play. I mean, he's underrated, but he can ball.
You had 31 assists, just had 102 shot attempts, and we had talked about the 16-second shot clock and playing fast. How did you like how you guys played with pace tonight?
It was great, but it's all predicated on our ability to get stops. And so when we can get stops, we can force them into tough shots. Rebounding the ball is important. Now we're just looking to play in the open floor. Our guys did that.
Herb had 3 fouls in the first half. A very tough assignment.
Yeah.
What did you like about his ability to play in the third and the fourth without picking up one with that assignment that he had?
Herb Jones is so key to our team, because he allows different guys, Brandon, CJ, whomever, to have a bit of rest, if that makes sense. They don't have to guard the top guys all night. Herb can give them relief, and he looks forward to those challenges. And then we can put Brandon on guys, we can put CJ on guys, even Z. But Herb is really key for our team defensively, and his instincts and his ability to disrupt the opposing team's offense.
Have you ever seen a guy block a KD three-pointer?
First time I've seen that.
Coach, KD and the Nets did make a run in that second quarter. Do you think that was just him being a superstar? Do you think there was some sloppiness and self-inflicted wounds there that you could clean up?
Well, Brooklyn is, they can score. Kevin, Kyrie, the rest of those guys, we know that they can score, and they're on their home floor. So we expected them to go on a bit of a run. We could have done a better job during that stretch of going after some 50-50 balls. I thought 2 or 3 of them just didn't go our way. Maybe a couple silly fouls, but that's the name of the game. The game is about runs. They went on a run, and I thought we could have closed the quarter a little bit better in the second quarter, but we came out in the third quarter and made up for it.
And what do you think about the free throw discrepancy, especially some of those calls that Zion did not get in that second quarter?
Yeah, I kind of complained a bit about him. I felt like he was driving to the basket. I mean, we get into the paint, and it just looked like we wasn't getting the calls. But the referees did a great job of officiating the game. It's a tough game to officiate, and so, no problems there for me.
In terms of rotations, it looked like you had Zion and CJ together coming in and out. Is that right? Is that a plan going forward? And what's the reasoning for that in terms of that breaking up like that?
Yeah, it's something that we're looking at. Their minutes are kind of similar in the fact that they'll play the first 5 or 6 minutes and then finish that quarter, the last 2 or 3 minutes. And Brandon plays basically 2 long stretches. So it's something we're looking at. We'll continue to monitor how it works with our team and go from there.
Asked you before the game about Zion's defensive potential. Just what was your impression of his effort on that tonight?
I thought he was solid. He was in the right places. It's something that we continue to work on as a team collectively. He's taking pride in being able to execute the defensive game plan along with the rest of the guys, and I'm proud of him. Long journey for him coming in after an injury, signed his contract, so we're excited of what Z's going to do for us.
What do you think about the job you guys did against Kyrie tonight as well?
I thought we were really solid with Kyrie, keeping him off the free throw line, making him take tough shots all night, staying connected to his body. Look, he's tough, and you just want to make him take tough shots.
Was there a concerted effort to get Brandon going in that third quarter? It seemed like that was kind of the focus there, trying to get him out.
Well, it wasn't anything that I came out saying we wanted to do. That's something he just did. He just got going in the third quarter, and once he gets going, now we'll run more stuff for him.
And what do you think about the job Trey did tonight?
Trey was great. When he's open, shoot the ball. Like don't hesitate. Just be ready. He'll get open looks based on the gravity that Zion, Brandon, and CJ create. So he'll get those looks. He just knock them down like he did tonight.
Coach, what did it mean to get Dyson some minutes tonight?
Great. We want to continue to build, and Dyson is a part of our young core. He had a really good preseason, so there'll be games like tonight where he gets in and you can see right away defensively he's in the right spots, and offensively he can attack.
When you bring in Larry off the bench and Trey and Jose, what do you want the identity of that sort of second unit to be?
Just no drop off. More than anything, they should take our competitive level up to another degree. Scrappy defensively, rebounding the ball, playing even faster with that group. Larry slipping out, Jose, Trey, Naji, those guys attacking and shooting the ball when they're open.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you all.
So you didn't show it, but what were you listening to?
Exactly what I said I was listening to. What he said, slow down, love, please chill, drop the kick. Warning. There was nothing else.
Well, you gave us like 3 songs.
I did, but Warning was the one I was listening to walking in. That was a song for me.
How'd it feel? Just getting back out there tonight.
Man, I kept looking at T's phone like, look how God worked. It's crazy. The album Ready to Die changed my life. Now we in BK, and when they was doing the national anthem, just kind of looked up at the flag. Then I said, "Oh, they got a big poster up there. I can't go outside now." But just simply playing the game I love, and I didn't get to play for a long time. Just it was a breath of fresh air.
Was there any moment during the game where it hit you like, all right, I'm back. This is because like preseason is preseason, scrimmages are scrimmages, training camp is training camp. Like this is like, was there a moment in the game where it just kind of hit you that things were back like they were?
It was like a lot of subtle things. Before the Nets ran out onto the court for warm-ups, hearing the crowd chant like Brooklyn, I was like, oh man. I forgot like the allure of just being in an arena, especially an away arena, starting lineups. And man, when they had I gotta say it, I didn't like the video because I'm biased towards the Pelicans, but they had a great song choice for public service announcement. I gotta give respect when it's due. But it was like those subtle things. I'm like, this is why I love the game. That's why I want to be a part of something like this.
And I see you dropping a little reference to Jay-Z. I like that. But just what did you think about just your performance, personally?
It was a decent starter performance. I already spoke to my mom in the hallway, you know. Hardest critic I got. But it's a lot of room for improvement. I'm still learning my teammates. Now we get real in-game reps. I'm just excited to grow.
And like you said before, y'all, this is the first time y'all all got to play together. Just what do you think about the way y'all were able to click?
Man, if you go look at the film, there are times when a loose ball happened and it like ended up in like CJ or BI's hands, wide open for a three, and I'm just over there like I didn't even crash. I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. And it's man, it's special. If you know basketball, to have a chance to play with two players like that, man, that's special. So it'd be them subtle moments that's like, we all can get to it. I love that.
You were saying after practice the other day, I mean, you're confident that even though the starting five hadn't played together in a game, like it wasn't going to take a lot of time to gel. Just what gave you that confidence during camp?
I said it before in interviews, and I wasn't just saying it because it sounded good. I said it because I meant it. Like all three of us were unselfish. We all have the same goal, and that's to win. And when you want to win, you put aside personal goals or personal like things. You just whatever I got to do, whatever they got to do to win. That's what we all gonna do.
You had one of those dunks in the fourth quarter, early fourth quarter. I didn't see the play, but I could tell by the way the backboard was shaking. The crowd was kind of oohing and ahhing. I said Zion must have dunked there, you know. But
absolutely right. That was me.
But, you know, it's not just playing. How much do you miss entertaining? Do you do stuff that fans love to see?
You know, it's been so long that I forgot that I have that kind of impact when it comes to certain things that I don't really notice it until my teammates. I'm walking back to the sideline and my teammates are saying something like, bro, that's different. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? But nah, it's just, that goes into just the allure of the game, just being out there, just feeling the energy from the crowd, from my teammates, just from the game itself.
How would you assess your work on the defensive end tonight, and just what expectations do you have for yourself this season on that?
You know, I don't want to sit up here and say I think I played decent on defense because film's to tell all. So if y'all are in Charlotte, y'all can ask me again after film. I can give y'all an honest answer.
Coach mentioned that maybe one of the other disappointments of the game was that slow second quarter and you not getting some foul calls, and he actually got chippy with the refs. Would you like to talk on that? Is that something you want to see maybe addressed earlier this season and maybe later?
If you know me, I'm never going to tell the ref. I'm never going to tell people how to do their job. That I'm just not that kind of person. So when y'all see me talking to the refs, I'm talking to them simply trying to gain knowledge. Like, how did he get that foul call? Because I want to add that to my game to where I get that foul call. And if y'all listen, each time I'll just say respect. I respect it. Don't ever think I'm coming at you with disrespect.
All right. Can you talk about the support your teammates gave you getting on the court tonight? Not just on the court, but all the build up to it.
It goes back to this just being a special group on and off the court. You know, it's one thing when you're excited for yourself, but you see people that you work hard with, that you go to battle with, and they're genuinely excited for you, just wishing you the best. I mean, I can't ask for much more than that.
Zion, where did you get the on back shirt from? Is that a custom thing that you had someone whip up, or?
Which one?
The on back shirt you wore.
This one?
No, the one headed to the.
Oh, the I'm back shirt? You know, I really cannot tell you where that shirt came from. My boys, Axel and Rico, they're the ones that just put the clothes out. And, all right, that's what I'm wearing, but because y'all know me, I'm coming in here with some sweats, some busted slides, and it is what it is.
How much did this game show your team's depth? Just how many guys contributed tonight?
Oh, man. Like I said it about Herb in New Orleans, KD's 7 foot. Herb closed out and blocked his shot. That's different. If you know basketball, you understand how different that play was. And Trey laced 2-3 of them from distance. And then Jose is Jose. He's going to bring his energy. Naji comes off the bench, has that dog in him. Larry, vet, was able to play with players like Kobe, LeBron, so he understands what it's like to have a championship mindset. Our squad is deep, but we all root for each other. I think that's what makes us great.
Zion, you seem almost like giddy right now. I guess it's the best word I could use for it. I assume it's not normal for you after a game to be this up to this level. Like, did this exceed even your expectations for you? Like, what were you thinking about throughout the night?
I mean, we could have won by 1 point. Like I said in previous interviews, this past year I really learned a lot about myself, and it was tough. When I say I love the game of basketball, I genuinely love the game of basketball. It's what I want to do. So when I wasn't able to play with my teammates, it was rough. So if you saw me since media days, training camp, I have fun every day with it. It's just me every day.
You mentioned Teaspoon a moment ago. I know you guys are close, but take me inside what she's meant to you during this journey and getting through that dark time.
We had a moment last season where I was leaving the arena, and she asked me, "Am I all right?" And usually I just brush it off like, "Yeah, I'm straight. I'm just going home." But I just trust Teaspoon so much with like opening up. I was like, "Nah, I'm not. I am not okay." And her first response wasn't words. She cried for me. She literally just cried for me, and I remember just trying to take that moment and like, I have somebody special in my corner. She really does care about me, and the feeling is mutual. That's my big sister. She was there, and she stayed connected with me through the off season. That's just my big sister. We have a special bond.
How do you feel out there? Do you feel some kind of rust still? Do you feel like you're doing?
Yeah. There were some shots where I'm like, "Well, that's good." And when it rolls out, I'm like, "No way." But my teammates are there for me. They're just telling me stay aggressive, keep attacking, and just be myself. So, I mean, with them in my corner, my confidence is going to stay high.
All right, thanks, Z.
Appreciate you. Yeah, CJ, for most of your career, we've seen you be able to create shots for yourself off the dribble. What was it like, just the amount of shots you got tonight, just kind of catching it and shooting it?
It was an easy, I'm not going to say it was easy, but it was a easy flowing game, the way the game flowed. I thought we did a good job of mixing up touches for everybody. Willie did a great job of calling the game. I was trying to be cognizant of where guys were at with the spacing. Obviously, I was in and out of training camp. B was in and out of training camp. Z was in and out down the stretch. So this is probably the first time we played together for more than 20 minutes, including practices. So it was nice to see us gel. It was nice to see us, find shots in rhythm. I had some wide open threes that I should make, throughout the rest of the season, but I haven't had those in a long time, probably since I played with LA, which is my rookie year. So I think it was a good step in the right direction. We prepared. We felt like we were going to go in here and compete, and I think we did that.
Yeah, speaking of LA, just what did you think about the way y'all were just able to dominate the paint with JV and Z?
Yeah, I mean, those are two strong individuals. Obviously, you guys haven't seen Z in a long time. This is my first time playing with him. He finishes well around the basket. He's confident. He worked on his game. You can tell, passing to the weak side, he's showing different things. And if I make more shots tonight, he probably gets 6 assists. So that's on me. And then JV's a very skilled, Euro big, but he can bang, right? Like a lot of bigs, fall in love with the jump shot. He's a guy that can shoot 40 from 3, but can still finish around the basket. He had a light 15 and 13 tonight. And if I give him some more touches, he probably gets 20 and 15.
Did you, with you missing some time, Z, obviously you hadn't had, like you said, not more than 20 minutes. did you expect it to flow the way it did tonight?
I expected us to compete, and we're all guys who care about each other. We just want to win at the end of the day. I don't care if I take 16 shots or 10. Like, I just want to win. And I think everybody has that mindset. And when guys get going, you try to feed them, and you try to defend to the best of your ability, and then get out and run and make the game fun. And I think tonight we did that. Now we got to continue to get better and get ready for a good Charlotte team.
What do you think of job Herb did on defense? I mean, there's not too many guys out there.
Good, man. Not on Herb, man. He blocked Hades 3. He made it difficult for him, and he made it difficult for Kai tonight. He's long, he's athletic, he's low maintenance, right? He doesn't complain. Sometimes he might not get the ball, he may be open, and he just does his job. And I think, you know, he's wise beyond his age.
There's not that too many guys, I think, in the league who can take both of those assignments in the game the way that he can. Just how unique is it for even these elite stoppers to be able to, okay, I'm guarding Kai 1 minute, and I'm guarding KD the next possession.
Man, he just does his job, man. This is a guy that was Player of the Year in the SEC, Defensive Player of the Year, second-round pick. Nothing was given to him, and I think he has a hunger and a want to. You know, Larry talked about having to kick him out of the gym. I told him he needs to start going on more vacations. You can only work so much, and I think he has that mindset of I'm just going to work, and the work will always pay off. And I think tonight he showed his versatility, guarding essentially 1 through 5, and guarding 1 through 5 well, especially one being Kevin Durant, you know, arguably the best player in the game today, especially on offense.
Zion was saying that one reason he feels like it works so well with you, BI, and him tonight was none of y'all really care about points. Like y'all are just at a point where you just want to win. I mean, how important is just that mindset, and how rare is it to have like 3 guys like that with that mindset?
I think all 3 of us, well, Z, we've played different roles, right? Like I've come off the bench, I've been a 1B, I've taken shots down the stretch of games, and I've not taken shots, and I've made a lot of money. So I'm comfortable in any role, and I know how to get the most out of my talent in any role. And I think for B and Z, they're starting to see that, hey, if we play a certain type of way, we can win games, we can still empower our teammates and still go get 25, right? Like it wasn't like they weren't dominant. They were still dominant. They still were themselves, but they made the right plays when the right plays were there. And I think that's the next step that we take collectively as a team is just whatever play is the best. If I got a 3 and Trey got a 3 and he just hit 2, like I'm going to try to get him another one, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what good teams do.
CJ, can you talk about just Coach Green's leadership dealing with these expectations and also the addition of Zion coming into a big night, into a big market? How did he do getting this team prepared?
I mean, he's played before, right? Like he's played in the NBA, so he understands, you know, how to motivate guys. He understands, you know, the conversations that we need to have behind closed doors, and we have internal expectations that are higher than the outside expectations. So I think for us, it's easy. You know, you focus on the work, and you'll get results like tonight. And then some nights you may not play as well, but as long as you continue to stack good days of work, stack good days of PD, player development, get your lifts in, watch your film, I think the end goal will be what we want it to be.
And you mentioned motivations. Did you hear any of what the fans were chanting tonight? Did that motivate you any?
Oh, they said, I need Dame or something like that. Yeah, I think I missed the free throw because I thought it was funny. It was a good one. I missed the free throw in and out. My wife's going to tell me about that one, but I think it's all in fun, man. He's happy, I'm happy. We actually talked today before his game, but I'm in a good space and I'm in a good place.
That's good to hear. Just what do you think about B.I.'s game tonight as well?
He's a monster, man. He's very skilled. He's very polished. I think Kay talked about him, you know, before the game, saying he hasn't seen anyone like him. You know, he's got the fro out. He got the long sleeves going. Like he looks like a retro player, but his game is very new era. In terms of his ability to score at 3 levels, he can shoot off the bounce. He's added the 3-pointer. I told him he needs to shoot more threes, get into the free throw line, and he's a good passer and has a great sense of basketball IQ in terms of spacing, knowing where guys are at. And I think tonight you got to see a little bit of everything. And throughout the season, you'll just see him continue to make leaps because he's a basketball junkie.
CJ, you talked about chatting with Dame a little bit. Do you still keep tabs at all on the Blazers?
I was watching him when I was getting treatment. I lift after the game, so that's why it takes so long. I lift and then I get treatment, and I was watching. They playing Sacramento right now. But it's like I'm a basketball lover, right? So I'm going to watch, you know, as many games as I can on League Pass, especially Friends. And I wish the best for them, except for when they play us.
Of course, for Dame, like he could have a chance to break the franchise's scoring.
Clyde, yeah, he'll break Clyde's record this year.
As someone that was a teammate of his for so many years and a big part of his success in the teams as well, what do you think that would mean for him theoretically?
I think that's one of the reasons why he's been so committed to being in Portland, was to break all the records, to show his loyalty, to win, and to continue to try to build a lasting legacy. And I think he's done all those things. And People will say what they want about him, but he really works on his game. He really cares about the game of basketball and has figured out ways to. I think the stat when I was walking out, it said that he's one of 4 or 5 players that average 24 and 7, 10 straight years. I think that's what it is. Basically, his average is 24 and over 7 assists. So that kind of shows you, top 50, top 75 greatest players of all time still playing. Very, very talented player. And I joke with him all the time and say, if you don't become a billionaire before this is over, you did something wrong.
And just CJ, last one for me, just for you having this new chapter with these guys and with how competitive you guys look like you can be. I know it's only one game, but your excitement / thoughts on what the season could bring for this team collectively and for yourself.
Well, we know what's at stake here. We got 81 games left to get ourselves ready for the playoffs, to get ourselves ready for hopefully some home games in the playoffs, and we know what that takes. I've experienced it before, all phases. I've been a high seed, I've been a low seed, I've been a playing team. And I think for us it was a good experience last year competing against a team like the Phoenix Suns with a mix of veteran leaders, a mix of young talent, a mix of, obviously a good coach in Monty. But this is just one game. We're going to have some great nights, we're going to have some not so great nights, but we're going to stack good days together. And when the season's all said and done, if we do, what I think we're capable of in terms of the work, focusing on the process, we'll get exactly what we've talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon, CJ said that tonight was the first time you, Zion, and CJ played together for more than 20 minutes. He thought, what do you think, considering you didn't play together a ton during camp?
Yeah, it's a good start. When you have smart players and talent out there, it's easier to go out there and just play the game. It was good to see a lot of one-on-ones that they couldn't be a lot of help on the defensive end, or we had shooters and we had different guys that can make plays on the basketball floor. But I'm more impressed with our defense tonight. How we started tonight. We really locked in on the defensive end and try to follow every coverage that we could and try to make it hard on 2 of the best players in the world, of course. And I think we did an okay job tonight.
You're the only guy out there tonight who has played in the season before in a regular season game. What was the biggest thing you noticed in his performance tonight from years past?
Picked up where he left off. He's still dominant in that low post and rebounding the basketball and getting up, and also just finding his teammates. He let everything flow tonight. He was really, really aggressive, and he's just another dynamic for our team that makes us really hard to beat.
Did you expect you guys to flow as well as you did? 31 assists, the way that offense was clicking with that starting 5 since you hadn't played in camp?
Yeah, I didn't have any expectations, but I knew I wanted to be adaptable to any group that was out there, and I think it was good to see different players on the floor. It was good to see me, CJ, and Zion just go out there and just play loose. I think that was the biggest thing tonight. We played loose, and we defended, and we got out and ran and found the best shot on the floor.
Considering the growth you showed last year, adding Z back into the mix, how different did it feel like for you out there?
It was free flowing. It was free flowing. Z did his thing. CJ did his thing. Everybody had a piece of the pie today where they came in and they did a really, really good job, whether it was defensively or offensively or guys from the bench just making sure that we were locked in. So it felt good to be out there with really good players.
And this team's dealing with a lot of expectations and also had one big addition. Can you talk about how Coach Green got this team prepared through the preseason, even with the limited time for everybody to get gelled together?
Yeah. I know y'all tired of me saying this, but I don't really know the outside expectations of our team. We know where we want to go, we know where we want to be, but I think that's how we keep on being steady. Willie's message is the same every single time that we step into the locker room, every time that we step into practice, and it's to get better. Continue to learn about each other, continue to get better. And when we do it in practice, it make it easy to come out here and follow the game plan and be in a rhythm.
And looking at the fans, even down 20, they were chanting that CJ the game. What does it do for you and Zion to hear that and think that maybe this needs some help? There are people still doubting maybe 1 or 2 players, but not the team as a whole.
What was?
When they were chanting that CJ, when he was at the free throw line, that he needed Dame Lillard What does it mean to hear this team, you know, you're winning, but
Yeah.
there's still people that doubt certain players, not the team as a whole?
We don't hear outside noise. I mean, if you wouldn't say anything, I wouldn't have known. But we're here to pick up our brothers. Whenever somebody down, making sure that they get back where they are, where they should be. We're not worried about the outside noise or anything. We're locked into what we're doing and continue to get better every single game.
You know, KD has some really nice things to say about you before the game. You've heard comparisons to him probably, you know, your whole life.
Yeah.
Just how much do you enjoy that challenge of competing against, especially, you know, when he's guarding before a whole lot of the game?
Yeah. I think he was trying to butter me up a little bit, and try to make me come out there a little soft. But, you know, coming from probably the best player in our league, that's a great compliment. It motivates me to continue to keep working, continue to keep going. And I definitely just want to show up every single night and eventually be a household name like he's been in this league. So it's always good hearing good things from the greats in our league.
Yeah, another random one for you. Have you seen the video that's floating around on Twitter with the clips of you and Kobe kind of doing a lot of the same moves on the court?
Yeah, I have. It's funny, I got up this morning at 4:30. I was in the weight room this morning too. Not lying. I was, he gave me a little boost in my shoes today. I had some Kobe's on. But you know, when you have an imagination, and you just watch these highlights all the time, you never know what's going to happen. And watching these highlights over and over again, I guess that I go out there and try some of these things that he's done on the basketball floor, and however somebody saw it and that video came up.
So you try to like pull some of the footwork stuff that he does?
I do I've been doing that for a long time, but I look at a lot of different things that he's done. It's just good to study some of the greatest players in this world and try to go and do it. So I've definitely took some of the things that he's done and try to go and work out.
Thanks, B.I.
Appreciate you, man.